Hello, friends, and welcome back to TJKidz Super Fun Stories, where imagination becomes reality. Today is episode 4 of the Leaping Leopard series. If you haven't heard the first few episodes, you may want to check those out. But all you need to know is Leo has leopard superpowers, and Hazel, a kid genius, has made them each a special suit. She is the print Puma and has the power to 3D print objects with her special backpack. And yes, my daughter is back to help me voice Hazel. Say hello, Hazel.
Hi.
Are you ready for today's adventure?
Yep.
Did you warm up your voice? Can you say, leaping leopards love lemon lollipops?
Dad, seriously? No.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's get to it. Today's story takes place on a school field trip, and things get wild. Literally. So grab a comfy spot, get cozy, and join us for this adventure. The Leaping Leopard 4: Rise of Rocket Boy. The school bus rumbled down the road toward the Holly Springs Wildlife Zoo, and the kids inside were buzzing with excitement. "I hope we get to see the leopards," one girl said. "No way," another boy replied. "I want to see a black puma. They're way cooler." Leo and Hazel exchanged some quiet giggles. A kid in the back shouted, "Lions and tigers are way tougher! A lion would beat a leopard and a puma at the same time!" "No way!" someone else argued. "Leaping leopard and print puma could beat anyone!" Leo chimed in. Well, fun fact, leopards can leap over 20 feet in a single bound.
And pumas can jump higher than any other big cat.
Hazel added. The kids continued arguing about which animals are the strongest. Leo and Hazel just smiled. Finally, they had arrived. The bus pulled into the zoo parking lot. The teachers lined everyone up and walked them through the gates. But something felt wrong. It was too quiet. No workers, no visitors, no sounds, except the kids whispering about their favorite animals. "Where is everybody?" a teacher whispered to another chaperone. "I don't know," the chaperone replied. "Something seems off." They walked a bit deeper into the zoo. Suddenly, a stampede of animals burst past them. Flamingos, otters, meerkats, peacocks, all sprinting in every direction. Then came the roar. A lion, out of its enclosure, staring right at them. "Back to the bus!" the teacher shouted. Everyone ran, piling inside and slamming the door behind them.
Leo, this is bad.
Hazel whispered. "Really bad," Leo agreed. "Someone must have released the animals." Just then, a deep rumbling sound rolled over the bus. A roar like rocket engines firing up somewhere above them. Kids rushed to the windows, searching the sky for the source of the sound. Out of the clouds appeared a figure, a boy in a full rocket suit, twin jet boosters strapped to his back, and a glowing visor that hid his eyes. He hovered in midair, right in front of the windshield. He grinned.
"Well, hello, class. How does it feel to be trapped in a cage? That's what you humans do to animals. So I set them all free."
Leo shouted out the window.
That's dangerous. They'll go after you, too. Oh, please,
said the boy in the rocket suit.
They'll be under my control. And soon, so will you.
A girl yelled out the window.
Who do you think you are? Oh, I'm glad you asked, said the boy with the jetpack. I'm Rocket Boy, your new master. The leaping leopard and print Puma will stop you, a boy shouted out. Oh, really? Rocket Boy cackled. How will they stop me when I turn all of you into leopards and pumas?
Leo and Hazel exchanged a worried look.
We've got to get out of here, Leo whispered. We can't do anything as Leo and Hazel. Our cover will be blown.
We'll have to sneak out,
said Hazel.
Come on, we can slip out the back door.
They snuck to the back of the bus and opened the emergency exit door. One kid saw them.
Where are you going? Are you guys crazy?
We're going to find help,
Hazel said.
Stay here.
They sprinted behind the side of the building, wild animals roaming freely all around them.
We might want to keep a lookout for hungry lions, Leo said.
Hazel opened her backpack.
Good thing I always pack our travel suits.
Nice, Leo said, grinning as he zipped up his suit.
The leaping leopard and print puma are back in action.
Meanwhile, Rocket Boy fired a glowing ring around the top of the bus, then activated a magnet. The roof tore off like a giant tuna can lid. Everyone on the bus looked panicked.
What? You don't like it? Rocket Boy asked. Now it's a convertible.
Kids screamed. Rocket Boy hovered above them.
Oh, pipe down. I'm waiting for someone.
Leaping Leopard leapt onto a nearby roof. Print Puma glided beside him.
Let them go, Rocket Boy,
the Leaping Leopard shouted. A wicked grin spread across Rocket Boy's face.
Oh, I will. But first, I'd like to show you my latest creation.
He reached into a compartment on his rocket suit and pulled out a shiny metal ray gun. Long barrel, glowing buttons along the sides, humming with energy. He pointed it straight at the teachers.
I call it the Animal Morph Ray.
Before Leo or Hazel could react, Rocket Boy aimed and fired. There was a flash, followed by a burst of bright light. Two teachers were instantly transformed. One into a real leopard, the other into a real puma. Rocket Boy cackled.
Since you like pumas and leopards so much, I made you some friends.
The newly transformed animals growled, turning their eyes toward the leaping leopard and print puma. Rocket Boy pointed.
Get them!
The transformed teachers charged at the heroes. Print Puma popped out her wings and glided to a nearby tree. The leaping leopard leapt away to the roof of another building. Rocket Boy began zapping kids on the bus, transforming some into leopards and others into pumas. The recently transformed animals seemed a bit confused. One jumped out of the bus and started sniffing everything in sight. Another was sniffing its own bum.
Stop sniffing your tail! Go get them! Rocket Boy shouted.
Hazel began 3D printing cages and trapped a few. but there were too many to trap, and they were fast. Just as Hazel was about to trap a leopard, a black puma leapt up a tree and ripped off her backpack.
Hey,
Hazel shouted.
bad kitty.
Then she yelled out to the leaping leopard.
They've got my printer pack. We have to get it back.
Leo looked down just in time to see the transformed puma trot over to Rocket Boy and drop the backpack at his feet.
Good boy,
Rocket Boy said with a smirk. Then, whoosh, his jetpack roared to life, and he blasted upward, climbing higher and higher, with Hazel's backpack tucked under his arm. Leo crouched down, preparing for a big leap. Hazel shouted,
Leaping leopard, don't! It's too high.
but Leo was already airborne. He launched himself with everything he had, higher than he had ever jumped in his life. The wind whipped past his face. Rocket Boy kept rising, the distance stretching and stretching. Leo's hand brushed against the heel of Rocket Boy's boot. Then he grabbed hold of it. He hung there swinging wildly as Rocket Boy tried to kick him off. Leo climbed up Rocket Boy's leg, grabbed the backpack, and ripped it free. With one powerful push, he launched himself toward the nearest building. He landed hard, rolled, and hurled the backpack toward Hazel.
Hazel, catch!
She caught it cleanly,
Nice one, Leo.
but as she slipped the backpack on, she noticed Rocket Boy was streaking straight toward Leo, jets blazing.
Leo, look out!
Hazel shouted. Leo spun around just in time to see Rocket Boy aiming the ray gun right at him.
So, you want to be a leopard?
Rocket Boy sneered.
As you wish.
Leo dove off the building, trying to dodge the blast, but Rocket Boy fired mid-leap. Zoop! The leaping leopard transformed into a real leopard in midair. He crashed through a tree and tumbled to the ground. He scrambled to his feet and shook his head, dazed. His breathing grew fast. His muscles tensed up. He felt wild, uncontrolled, and angry. Hazel ran toward him. Leo turned to her and growled ferociously.
Easy, boy.
Hazel said in a calm voice.
It's me. Leo, it's me.
The transformed Leo kept growling. He could hear Rocket Boy's voice echoing somewhere in his mind.
Attack! Attack! Attack!
Hazel stood her ground.
Leo, you're my best friend. You wouldn't hurt anyone. Do you remember when we first met? You taught me how to skip stones at the pond. You showed me how to bring my arm down low and flick my wrist just right.
She smiled at the memory.
And I tried so hard to copy you that I slipped and fell straight into the water.
The leopard stopped growling momentarily.
You pulled me out, remember? We laughed so hard we could barely breathe. That's the day we became best friends.
Hazel stepped a little closer. The leopard lowered its head, tail down, eyes locked on hers. For a heartbeat, it looked like he was about to lunge. But he stopped just inches from her face and gently licked her cheek. Hazel smiled.
That's my boy. Come on, we've got bad guys to catch.
Hazel hopped on the leaping leopard's back.
Charge!
The leaping leopard sprinted toward Rocket Boy and leapt high. Hazel kicked off, her wings snapping open as she glided toward Rocket Boy. She swooped past him and kicked the animal morph ray right out of his hand. It clattered to the pavement below, and the leaping leopard snatched it up in his mouth. Rocket Boy spun around and flew straight toward Leo. Leo quickly flung the ray gun toward Hazel with a powerful swing of his head. Hazel caught it mid-air. Rocket Boy screeched to a halt and turned toward her.
Hey, give me back my toy.
Hazel smiled.
Here, I've got a better toy.
She tapped her wrist device, and her 3D printer quickly created a giant spring-loaded boxing glove. Boing! She fired it straight into Rocket Boy's chest, knocking him backward through the air. Then Hazel inspected the animal morph ray.
There has to be a reverse switch.
Then she found a button.
Bingo!
She said. She pushed the reverse switch, then pointed it at Leo. Zoom. Leo transformed back into the leaping leopard. He shook his head as he was readjusting to human form.
Ugh, I still taste leopard breath.
Hazel quickly turned the ray on the kids and the teachers, reversing them one by one. Rocket Boy blasted into the sky, furious.
You may have won this time, but I'll be back, stronger than ever.
Once he was gone, the leaping leopard and print Puma spotted a group of zoo workers hiding in the bushes. The workers rushed over, relieved. They explained which animals were actually morphed people, and together they sorted out who was who, reversing every last transformed worker. With the people restored, Hazel used her 3D printer to build temporary cages, helping the zoo workers round up the loose animals until they could return them safely to their habitats. All of the kids cheered, and some asked for autographs. Then one student asked,
Wait, where are Leo and Hazel?
We'll find them,
Print Puma said as they ran around the side of the building. They changed back into their regular clothes.
Well, said Leo, time to act like clueless kids.
Your specialty,
Hazel joked.
Hey, Leo replied. Okay, you may be the brains, but I don't think I'm clueless.
Hazel gave him a nudge with her elbow.
Then follow my lead and act like we didn't just save the entire zoo.
When Leo and Hazel returned to the bus, kids shouted, You missed everything! We were leopards and pumas, and the leaping leopard and print Puma saved the day!
Oh, really? Leo said. We went looking for help, but then we saw a lion and hid in the bushes.
Yeah.
Hazel added.
Then the leaping leopard and print Puma found us and told us it was safe to come back. Hey, what happened to the bus?
It's a convertible now,
one kid said proudly. They all took their seats and rode home in their convertible bus, laughing and reliving their adventure the whole way home. The end. And that is the end of our story, friends. Whoa, that was a wild field trip. Thanks for the help, Hazel.
Anytime. Someone's got to keep the leaping leopard out of trouble.
True, and you did an awesome job. You know, that reminds me of a moral I learned from this story. Even when things get out of control, the best way to solve a big problem is to stay calm, work together, and trust the people you believe in. Hazel helped Leo fight through something he couldn't control, and that made all the difference. And then Leo returned the favor by helping Hazel get the animal morph ray.
Well, That's it for today, friends. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one. Toodles!
Hey, you know that's my line. You totally did that on purpose, didn't you?
It just sounds way better when I do it.
Okay, that's fair. Toodles!